just approaching one of the wonders of the waterways. More than 300 metres long and 39 metres high, the Pontcysyllte Aqueduct is also a World Heritage Site. And that's where we'll be exploring in this edition of The Water Road. So I'm here with Linda, who's the manager at the visitor centre here. So just give us the basic facts and figures about the aqueduct then.
Yeah, so the Pontcysyllte Aqueduct, so it said Pontcysyllte, so that'll be a good one for you. It's 1,007 feet long, 126 feet high. Took 10 years to construct, and they started building it in 1795, completed in 1805.
I mean, it was quite a feat to build the aqueduct because it's a long way, as you said, it's the longest one. I suppose there was no alternative really, was there?
When they first looked into it, they were going to do a series of locks all the way down the valley and back up again, and they kind of realised, this will probably take 3 weeks just to navigate, going up one down one and back up the other side. So that's why it took them a little bit longer to actually figure out what's the best route to do it. And that's why it's not maybe closer to Llangollen or closer maybe to Cheshire, because it was across that valley that they needed to go across.
And the construction is quite special, isn't it? Because of the way it's built with the big columns and then the trough on the top.
Yeah, so originally it was going to be built so it actually had the stone all the way up, the same as the similar aqueduct not far away from us at Chirk, and then about halfway along for building it they stopped for a little bit and went, actually it's going to be too heavy, so they came up with the idea of just having the iron trough on the top of it, standing on top of the pillars.
And when you walk across, the water actually goes underneath the towpath, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So that's when the water disperses. So if you had a boat just going over and it was solid, the water would just fly over the sides of the aqueduct.
On the far side, there's no railing or anything, is there? So it's a bit scary.
Yeah, there's no railing on one side. There was never meant to be a railing on the one side. A lot of people ask about that because looks like as if there was meant to be railings, and it's just a case of they just flipped the iron castings over and did the other side.
And this is a World Heritage Site, so what does that mean for the aqueduct?
Yeah, so it's been a World Heritage Site since 2009, so it means it's as important as the Taj Mahal, Tower of London, that type of thing. Where obviously it's not as old as some of those, but then it's all to do with industrial heritage.
Because it does hold quite a few records, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's the highest navigable canal, so it's the navigable is the important bit, and there's the highest navigable aqueduct, and it's also the longest.
It's a huge tourist attraction for CRT. And I think there's plans for more, isn't there? Yeah,
so it's a really big visitor attraction. We get over 500,000 visitors a year to the site. There are plans to do some works on the site. So we've got education space, a new footbridge, nice new walkway to get to the Team Country Park. So there's a few things in the plans.
As a boater, though, it's a bit of a nightmare because you can only go one direction at a time and people just keep coming, don't they?
It is a very busy part of the network. It's busy for holiday boaters as well as, it's also busy with canoeists, cyclists, walkers. It's very popular. It's a flat area. There's no locks. So, of course, it's beautiful with the location. We try to manage it with volunteers and things like that on site. It doesn't always quite happen in the summertime. It gets a little bit too compact.
Now, the kayakers and things like that, that's a relatively new thing, isn't it?
No, we've had kayakers and canoeing for years. It's just maybe increased since COVID. I would say people have got out and about more.
Have you done it yourself?
I have kayaked over it. I've walked over it, kayaked it. I've not cycled it because you're not supposed to cycle over it, and you're not paddleboard either. So I've done, all the ways you're just allowed to go over it. I have, yeah, and it is special. It is unique. I still think actually the best way is just to walk over. For me, it's that sense of like, oh wow, we're on top of the world, and they call it, the waterway across the world and things like that. So yeah, into the sky.
Yeah, so you did the pronunciation of the Pontcysyllte.
Yeah.
What does it actually mean? Well,
it means the bridge that connects, the bridge that joins. So it's joining from one end to the end of the valley of Pontcysyllte.
Right, so I'm with Tom, and you're from TNR Outdoors, and you organise the kayaking expeditions across the aqueduct. What's the appeal?
It's big, it's high. I guess that's the appeal. I think it's the highest navigatable aqueduct in the world, and that's got its draw. And it's in North Wales, which is lovely as well. So that's got to be it.
And it must be a pretty unique perspective.
Yeah, so looking over, you can look over at the view, so you can as we paddle over, you've got a good view down the Dee Valley, and then obviously paddling over the River Dee, we've got a cracking view down of the Dee. If you're feeling brave, you can have a little peek, and you've got like the true view of the height of it as well. So it's pretty spectacular.
And the other thing, I suppose, is that it's a bit of a free-for-all, isn't it? When you start off, if there's something coming the other way, you have to wait, and then you just go for it.
Pretty much. So this time of year is not too bad, but in the height of summer, yeah, it is quite busy. But I've been working on this for around 20 years, and there's in the last couple of years, it's definitely peaked to quite a busy part of the canal. It's patience. If you're in a rush, perhaps the canal is not the right place for you. If everyone takes their time and just wants to enjoy it, then there's room for everyone. But if you're in a rush, you're probably going to get a bit annoyed sometimes, maybe.
And the trip boats are going backwards and forwards the whole time as well, aren't they?
Yeah, so we've got Anglo-Welsh and then Llangollen Wharf do a couple of trips a day. So we obviously get on quite well with those guys because we work alongside them and paddle next to them all the time. So I live in the village here as well, so this is my home. So I get to see and get to know everyone as well. So.
And you must be one of the people who's been across the aqueduct more than most.
I couldn't even count the amount of times that I've been over there, but no matter how many times I go over there, it's still a wow factor. And sort of driving back into the village every day, you still like when you come through and there's moons behind it or the sunrise, it's still incredible. It's
different every day, I suppose.
Different every day.
And which is the best way to go across, would you say? Walking, boating, kayaking?
I definitely say from a boat, you've got the better vantage, say from a canoe or a kayak or a narrow boat, because you've got the view of the Dee Valley, you've got the view of the river, whereas when you walk, you've got the sewage plant, which isn't quite as cool. But most of the tourists, they don't even see that when they come over in the canoes and the narrow boats, so it's better for that, I guess.
You've just done the kayak tour across the aqueduct. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, some nice views. Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved it. We've never done anything like this in the UK, so...
So are you new to kayaking completely then?
So, well, we was canoeing this one, but we've kayaked before. This was first time canoeing. Tough steering the boat.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you got a nice long view of the stream and stuff below. So, yeah, that was really nice.
And did you come into contact with any boats?
Yeah, we did.
Well, contact us in seeing them. We didn't crash into any, which was good. Yeah.
Well, when you're on the aqueduct, the views are amazing. On my right hand side, I've got the towpath with a railing, and then there's views down the valley with the Cefn Moor railway viaduct off in the distance. On the other side, there's just 4 inches or so of the iron plates that make up the trough that the aqueduct is made of, and beyond that you've got views of the Welsh hills, and about 2/3 of the way across you cross over the River Dee. And because there was a lot of rain last night and yesterday, the water is really rushing by down below, and it's gone from the normal colour to a sort of muddy brown colour because of all the runoff from the Welsh hills. You've all just walked over.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
What was the best bit? We were looking over the side, weren't we? And the river was going really, what was it doing? Fast. And we talked to the kayakers going over, didn't we? And they said it was really cold, the water, so not to jump in, didn't they? Yeah. So that was good, wasn't it? Yeah. What did you think, Reese? Did you enjoy it?
It was quite fun, but also a bit nerve-wracking.
And would you walk over it again? Well, you've got to, haven't you, to get back?
Yeah.
So you're not that frightened?
Yeah. No.
You're going to be brave, aren't you?
Second time is better than the first, always.
Absolutely.
Because you know what it's like then.
Right, so Emma, star of Narrow Escapes. You've been on the podcast before talking about your book at Crick.
Yes.
That episode's still available. Now, we've both been here a couple of days, and I've noticed that you've been across the aqueduct, what, half a dozen times?
Never want to milk it or be dramatic whatsoever. I like to finish the season by coming on this beautiful canal. I find it beguiling. But so do all my friends as well. So I've ended up being a kind of personal trip boat for my friends and everything. But we were laughing today because I haven't got any crew on board, but I just fancied doing the recycling. So I went across just to just to get rid of my cider bottles, basically. Any old excuse for me.
I mean, it is a spectacular monument, though, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. It's overwhelming, actually. And also, if you take the time to go and walk underneath it, you get the sense of the tremendous structure and the manpower it's taken to build it. And it's very overwhelming, to be honest with you. And the fact that you can hear the boats go over the top, and you can hear them banging into the side of the tank, and you think, woof. You know, it looks even more scary from underneath than it does from above.
Yes,
to be
it
honest.
does, actually, because it's tall, isn't it?
Yes, really, yeah.
Well, inspired by what Emma said, I've come to the Trevor side of the aqueduct, where there's a path and some steps down to the River Dee. And on the way, you can stand right next to the huge stone pillars that hold up the Pontcysyllte Aqueduct. It really is quite awe-inspiring to see how tall they are and how that iron trough just spans the gaps in between them. And that's all from the World Heritage Site that includes the Pontcysyllte Aqueduct. The Water Road is produced and presented by me, Adam Porter. Don't forget that all previous episodes of the podcast are always available to listen to. Next time we'll be at the end of the Llangollen Canal in Llangollen itself. If you're enjoying the series, please leave us a nice review, because it really does help other people find us. And click follow or subscribe to be alerted when new episodes are published. Thank you for listening to The Water Road.